Hey everybody, it's Monday, December 16th. Wow, next week is Christmas. Well, we're going to talk about my old school collection or my vintage bike collection. You guys all know the Specialized Stunt Jumper, the M2. It's a 90s bike, completely rebuilt, kept the original paint. We haven't done much to it. Just got it cruising around on it now, just basically using it for a lot of fun. People tell me that the tires are too big for this particular bike, but man, this is an old school tire, and yeah, for what I'm doing, it's too much tire. Should have put a slick on it, but I wanted it to look period correct, and it really looks period correct with these old Kendas. And I forget what tire this was. It was a front and rear specific tire, but I'll look it up for you. Okay. And one of the bikes I love to death is my Cannondale M200 SE, also a 90s bike, in beautiful, beautiful condition. And I put these gumwall Kendas, 2.0 or actually 1.95 slicks, uh, a walled basket up front. Finally found the correct brackets, nuts, and bolts for it. So it just looks perfect. The only thing I might change is I might change the saddle, but it came with an old vinyl black saddle, so it looks period correct. The group set is original, nothing's changed on it. Just the rear cassette's different. But this bike's in just beautiful, beautiful condition, and I really like that. Okay, this past, what day was it? Saturday, I believe. I picked up this old Peugeot, and everybody knows the story of my Peugeot. I owned a Peugeot like this in 1984. Bought it in Main Bikes in Alhambra. Cost my dad $4.99 at that time. That was pretty expensive in 1985 for a bicycle. At least it was expensive for a middle class family, and we were definitely only middle class. But it's made in France. It's the Peugeot PH 501. 501 standing for the tubes on the bike. And at that time, Reynolds tubing 501 was considered very lightweight, very really good tubing for a bicycle. And it's manipulated really well. It's brazed beautifully. Um, you can't really see the welds on it. It frame flexes like crazy, but then back in 1985, that frame flexed a lot too. Um, I really don't think a rider over 90 kilos should be riding a bike like this because the bike is just it's really designed for a lightweight rider. So I would go 85 kilos or less, and you'll have a fun time on it. Anything over 85 kilos, I think you're going to just flex the hell out of it. Um, I'm right there at about 85 kilos, so I'm right at the limit. When I was riding this bike back in the day, I was about 75 kilos. So then it was okay. But, I'm right there on the borderline. Now, I know I spoke about making it period correct, but that's going to be really difficult to find this old Sachs group set. The front derailleur and the rear derailleur, the frame and fork, the seat post are about the only period correct parts on this bike. The cranks are Japanese, the calipers are Japanese, the handlebar and stem are both Japanese. And I think they just kept replacing parts as it went along. You guys all know it has a dent on the top tube. Really hard to see, but I know it's there, so kind of sucks. Um, I have the original bike shop sticker on it, and it was a bike shop in La Mirada, California. It was called La Mirada Bike Shop. Pretty simple. Um, so that's kind of cool that the original sticker's still on the bike. Um, I doubt the bike shop's still in business. It has both phone numbers still on it, a 213 and a 714 area code. So that's kind of cool. Uh, no, I got rid of the brake levers um, simply because they were trashed and they had no modulation in them at all. I had these on an old bike that I was rebuilding, and I decided to put it on this bike. One of the biggest reasons I don't want to go with the old school brake levers is because the hand position and how small they are now. These are a lot wider, so as you can tell, I could get a better position on the bike. Also, I didn't keep them as low as I normally put them on an aero brake lever. I put them more like I keep them on my traditional road bikes. Because of the handlebars, because of the shape, I didn't really put them low. I actually put them up a little bit higher to make it a little bit more comfortable. But I could adjust that. I haven't routed them yet. You guys all know the San Marcos. I've been dying to put this on a bike. It's finally on a bike. So there's still a lot to do. The rear wheel, I really cleaned it up. It just had surface rust on it. I really love the Campy rear hub on it. And what's funny, it's a Campy rear hub with a Shimano cluster on it. 6-speed, friction, and Campy down tube shifters. So kind of interesting mix of parts. Yeah, I know you guys noticed the computer on it. I just put it on simply because it was an extra computer laying around. I wanted to put it on a bike. Had to use a big adapter on it just to make it fit the bar because the bars are so thin. So that's where we're at right now, guys. Got the Peugeot, the Cannondale, and the Specialized. A lot of years of bicycles right here, and 3 bikes that I'm really happy I own. And this one, I can't wait till it's finished. It's gonna have the paint work is a lot rougher than the Specialized. The Specialized actually looks beautiful compared to this bike. But it's going to take some time and a lot of elbow grease to get it looking the way I want it to look. And I can't wait to finish it. And I went toe clips and straps, so I kept that old school. And these toe clips and straps are beautiful. And I believe they're Japanese as well. Let's see. Yeah, they're made in Japan. They're called, MKS. So it's a really nice little track pedal. Those used to be really popular in the day. So anyways, that's what we got going, guys. If you have questions on my old school bikes, let me know.